Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What is that?
Senhor, outro meteoro, olha isso, vai cair no Cristo.
Something truly extraordinary has unfolded in the skies above Jerusalem, a sight many have awaited for millennia. A mysterious appearance of Jesus and an angel has left the world in a state of shock and confusion. But what does this incredible event really signify? Is it the fulfillment of ancient biblical prophecies, or a warning of the approaching antichrist? Could this be the long-awaited confirmation of Jesus' second coming? We're going to delve deep into this celestial phenomenon happening across the globe, especially in Jerusalem, and explore what it could mean for the future of humanity. What you're about to uncover might just change your life forever. We are Jesus' eternal aura. In today's video, you will have appropriate answers to all the questions above. Before you know what happened, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and click the bell icon for all the latest updates. In the heart of the Holy Land, where ancient stones silently bear witness to the ebb and flow of centuries and markets hum with the rhythms of daily life, a profound event has shaken Israel to its core. An astonishing miracle has taken place, casting a mysterious and enigmatic light upon the city of Jerusalem. This light, of unknown origin, has appeared in the skies above the sacred city, accompanied by a sound that resonates deeply within the souls of the faithful. The noise, echoing through the streets and alleys, sent shivers down the spines of even the most devout hearts, filling them with both awe and trepidation. As if the appearance of this celestial light were not enough to unsettle the city, a simultaneous earthquake struck Jerusalem, shaking its ancient foundations. The tremors threatened the safety of the iconic Dome of the Rock, a site of immense religious significance, and caused widespread panic among the residents of this venerable city. In the midst of this natural and supernatural turmoil, the conflict in the Gaza Strip continues to rage on, with no signs of peace on the horizon. The juxtaposition of these celestial and earthly events has drawn the attention of observers and experts from around the world, all of whom are now turning their gaze towards Israel. It is as if heaven itself has chosen this moment to send a powerful signal, transforming Israel into the center of an unprecedented celestial spectacle. Jerusalem, a city steeped in holiness and history, where centuries of prayer, conflict, and disputes have intertwined, now finds itself at the epicenter of something truly extraordinary. For the first time in more than 2 millennia since the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, shocking reports have emerged that have left residents in a state of profound disbelief. Jesus Christ, accompanied by an angel, has reportedly been seen walking the streets of Jerusalem. This stunning vision has sent shockwaves through the religious community and raised questions that demand answers. Could this be a sign of the imminent second coming of Christ, as foretold in the scriptures? Or is it a warning of difficult times yet to come? The sacred city of Jerusalem, a place where history and faith converge, now stands at the center of an event that could potentially alter the course of human destiny. Was this celestial occurrence merely a play of lights, a trick of the mind, or an illusion created by the collective human psyche? But how does one explain the vision of Jesus and an angel, a shining cross, and the crowd that gathered around this heavenly figure? The scene became even more extraordinary when additional angels descended from the heavens, transforming the moment into something the modern world has never witnessed. It would be easy to dismiss these reports as mere fabrications, hoaxes, or even blasphemy. However, the evidence is overwhelming and irrefutable. Photos and live videos captured by eyewitnesses at the scene have left little room for doubt. The images show Jesus Christ, the King of Glory, accompanied by a host of angels, appearing in the skies above Jerusalem. This divine manifestation has provoked a deep sense of reverence and awe, particularly amid the ongoing chaos and conflicts in the region. But what does this heavenly appearance truly mean? Why was Jerusalem, of all the cities in the world, chosen as the stage for this monumental event? Today we live in challenging times, where biblical prophecies are being fulfilled before our very eyes. The appearance of Jesus and the accompanying angels in the skies above Jerusalem raises profound questions that demand exploration. Could this event be the fulfillment of biblical prophecies concerning the second coming of Christ? Or could it be a sign of deceptive times ahead, a manifestation of the Antichrist, or one of the many false prophets who claim to be Jesus himself? As we delve deep into the scriptures, we must carefully analyze these events and their implications. Are we truly witnessing the return of the Messiah, or is this a sign of challenging and deceptive times to come? On a clear, sunny day in Jerusalem, something truly extraordinary occurred on the sacred Mount of Olives, something that those present will never forget. As the sun shone brightly over the city, an unexpected phenomenon captured everyone's attention. A radiant figure began to descend from the heavens, draped in a shining white robe that seemed to emit its own light. This heavenly figure was surrounded by other luminous beings, whom many immediately recognized as angels. The first to witness this stunning sight were a group of pilgrims who had come to the Holy Land in search of spiritual fulfillment. They could hardly believe their eyes when they saw the figure descending from the sky, for his appearance perfectly matched the traditional depictions of Jesus Christ that they had known and revered throughout their lives. With long, wavy hair, a serene countenance, and a full beard, the figure's features shone with an inner light that seemed to come from heaven itself. His eyes, deep and full of compassion, radiated an intensity that touched the souls of those present. For those fortunate enough to witness this event, it was a moment of profound spiritual significance, an encounter with the sacred that seemed to defy all rational explanation. To see something so incredible happen in Jerusalem, a place filled with so much history and biblical meaning, made the experience even more powerful and compelling. It was as if the pages of Scripture were coming to life before them in a vision they could never have imagined witnessing. As if the appearance of this shining figure were not enough to astonish, the sky was also filled with angels, each one radiating a pure, heavenly light. Their wings, bathed in sunlight, glowed with a magical brilliance, making the sight even more dazzling and otherworldly. The people watching the scene were overcome with a mixture of happiness and amazement as they witnessed this incredible manifestation. Some were moved to tears of joy, unable to contain their emotions, while others fell to their knees in silent prayer, deeply grateful to be witnessing such a miraculous event. This extraordinary visit by Jesus and the host of angels raises many questions that will undoubtedly be the subject of intense debate and discussion in the days to come. Could this be the long-awaited fulfillment of biblical prophecies concerning the second coming of Christ? Or is it a sign of deceptive times ahead, a warning that we must remain vigilant and discerning in the face of extraordinary events? As the world watches and waits, the sacred city of Jerusalem once again finds itself at the center of an unfolding drama that could shape the destiny of humanity. In these uncertain times, as we witness the fulfillment of ancient prophecies and experience signs that defy understanding, it is more important than ever to seek wisdom and discernment. The appearance of Jesus and the angels in Jerusalem serves as a powerful reminder that the divine is always present, guiding us through the challenges and trials of life. Whether this event marks the beginning of a new chapter in human history or serves as a warning of difficult times to come, one thing is certain: the world will never be the same again.
Mirá, mirá. Alta luz, ¿eh?
The extraordinary event that transpired on the Mount of Olives quickly became the focal point of Jerusalem and beyond, captivating the attention of countless people eager to witness the phenomenon firsthand. News of this celestial occurrence spread like wildfire, igniting curiosity and drawing large crowds to the already sacred and historic site. The Mount of Olives, long revered for its spiritual significance, was soon overwhelmed with visitors from all walks of life, all seeking to experience what many believed was a sign from heaven. In the age of instant communication, social media played a pivotal role in amplifying the event's reach. Platforms buzzed with activity as people shared their personal experiences, stories, and photos of what they had seen. The images varied in clarity. Some were blurry, perhaps due to the overwhelming brilliance of the celestial light, while others were remarkably sharp, clearly depicting the details of figures and angels descending from the heavens. These images and the widespread sharing of them only fueled the belief that something divine was unfolding before their eyes. However, this was not the first time Jerusalem's skies had been graced with such a celestial phenomenon. Similar sightings had been documented in previous years, notably in 2016, 2017, 2021, 2022, and 2023. These events, occurring both during the day and night, reinforced the faith of believers that divine light manifests whenever Jesus and his angels descend to earth. For those who hold fast to their religious convictions, these apparitions are undeniable signs that the sacred continues to touch the world, particularly in the Holy Land, where biblical promises appear to be coming to fruition right before their eyes. Religious leaders and communities around the world responded to the event with a mixture of awe and caution. For some, the appearance on the Mount of Olives was an immediate and undeniable miracle, a clear sign of the fulfillment of divine promises. Others, however, approached the event with measured skepticism, calling for additional evidence before fully embracing the phenomenon as a genuine sign from God. This cautious approach did not dampen the enthusiasm of those who believed, but it did introduce a level of debate and inquiry as authorities and scientists began investigating what had truly transpired at this sacred site. Reactions to the event varied widely across different segments of society. For many, the vision was accepted without hesitation as a divine manifestation, a miraculous occurrence that confirmed their deepest beliefs. In contrast, others demanded more tangible proof, seeking to understand the phenomenon from a scientific or rational perspective, before acknowledging it as a sign from God. These differing views ignited intense theological discussions as biblical scholars and religious leaders sought to interpret the event's significance and its possible consequences. The Bible has long foretold the return of Jesus to earth, an event that believers have anticipated for centuries. Before his ascension, Jesus promised that he would return, and this moment is expected to be one of great joy and celebration among the faithful. Scriptural accounts describe Jesus' return in grandiose terms, stating that he will come in power and glory, accompanied by legions of angels. For many, what happened on the Mount of Olives was seen as a harbinger of this glorious event, a sign that the long-awaited promise is closer than ever to being fulfilled. This biblical expectation, which has spanned generations, has rekindled the faith of many and sparked debates about the true nature of the event. Could this be the beginning of the long-awaited return of Christ, as described in the prophecies, or is it a sign that has yet to be fully understood? Regardless of how it is interpreted, the event has left a profound impact on the hearts of believers and scholars around the world, leading them to reflect on the imminence of the end times and the fulfillment of divine promises. The appearance of Jesus Christ, accompanied by a host of angels, reverberated through time, sending shock waves that echoed across the globe. It is particularly remarkable that this divine manifestation occurred during a period of intense conflict and turmoil in Israel. The timing of the event has led many to question its significance and what it might portend for the future. What did this heavenly visitation really mean? And what events followed this impactful appearance? As the world continues to grapple with these questions, the significance of the event remains a topic of deep contemplation. To fully understand the magnitude of this event, it is crucial to consider the spiritual and historical context surrounding Jerusalem, the chosen location for this divine manifestation. For Judaism, Jerusalem is the holiest city, a place of worship where the Western Wall, the last vestige of the ancient Jewish temple, stands as a powerful symbol of faith and hope. Control over the Temple Mount is of paramount importance to the Jewish people, as they believe it to be the place where the presence of God once dwelled in the Holy of Holies. For Christianity, Jerusalem holds equal significance, being the setting for pivotal events in the life of Jesus Christ, particularly his crucifixion and resurrection. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre, built on the site where Jesus is believed to have been crucified, buried, and resurrected, is one of the most revered sites in Christianity, drawing pilgrims from around the world. The appearance of Jesus and the angels in Jerusalem, a city that is the spiritual heart of both Jews and Christians, was no ordinary event. It was laden with symbolism and profound implications, prompting reflection on the fulfillment of ancient biblical prophecies and the role of Jerusalem in the final events described in Scripture. As we explore these revelations, it is impossible to ignore the impact this event may have on the faith of millions and how it could shape the future of humanity. In addition to its importance in Judaism and Christianity, Jerusalem is also a city of immense spiritual significance in Islam. It is considered the third holiest city after Mecca and Medina. Within Jerusalem, the Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque, both located on the Temple Mount, occupy a central place in Islamic faith. According to Muslim tradition, the Prophet Muhammad is believed to have ascended to heaven from this sacred site. Given the city's profound significance across these three major world religions, the appearance of a divine manifestation in Jerusalem carries weighty implications. It is not merely an event to be observed, but one that invites deeper consideration of its potential impact on the collective faith of humanity. As scholars, religious leaders, and believers alike continue to examine the details of what transpired on the Mount of Olives, the event's full meaning and the developments it may trigger in the future remain subjects of ongoing reflection and debate. The rock beneath the Dome of the Rock on the night of Ascension is a site deeply revered by the faithful, symbolizing a moment of profound spiritual significance. This sacred location, however, is also at the heart of a long-standing and intense dispute over control and access to Jerusalem's holy sites, a conflict that has persisted across the centuries among the three great monotheistic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. This ongoing struggle has sparked numerous wars, revolts, and diplomatic tensions, leaving an indelible mark on the history of Jerusalem and its inhabitants. The conflicts over Jerusalem are not merely territorial, they also reflect a deep-rooted struggle for religious and spiritual identity. The city, revered by millions around the world, is a focal point of devotion, hope, and, unfortunately, division. It is a place where the sacred history of several faiths is etched into the very stones of its streets, making Jerusalem a city of immense global significance at a center of intense, often violent, tension. Jerusalem's history is shrouded in uncertainty, with many historical, archaeological, and topographical questions still awaiting resolution. Despite the city's central role in human history, the available historical records are scarce and often incomplete. Ancient literary descriptions, while valuable, frequently lack precision, making it difficult to reconstruct a clear picture of Jerusalem's past. Although Jerusalem is one of the oldest cities in the world and holds immense importance, the archaeological remains found within its boundaries are not as abundant as those discovered at other biblical sites, such as Megiddo, Hazor, Dan, and Samaria. The scarcity of archaeological evidence is compounded by the fact that many discoveries related to Jerusalem are often discredited, or, in some cases, deliberately not published. This contributes to the ongoing lack of clarity surrounding Jerusalem's history. Over the centuries, there has been a systematic effort to hide or destroy evidence that could prove Israel's presence and history in Jerusalem. This historical erasure seems to align with what some believe is Satan's plan to erase Israel's true identity from human history. According to Scripture, Satan has tirelessly worked to obscure evidence of God's intervention in human affairs, and Jerusalem, with its profound spiritual significance, is a key target in this cosmic battle. A notable example of this deliberate destruction is the recent demolition by Palestinians of ancient sections of Jerusalem, especially areas near the Temple Mount. These areas, which could provide crucial evidence of the historical presence of ancient Israelites and Jews, have been targeted in efforts to erase any trace that would support the biblical account of the continued existence of the people of Israel in the Holy Land. This destruction is not merely an attack on physical structures. It represents an assault on the spiritual and historical heritage of the Jewish and Christian communities. The struggle for Jerusalem is therefore more than a territorial dispute. It is a spiritual and historical battle in which opposing forces seek to affirm or deny divine intervention in human history, with Jerusalem at the very center of this eternal conflict. This ongoing struggle unfolds before the eyes of the international community, yet institutions like the United Nations often choose to look the other way, avoiding direct engagement with the sensitive and volatile issues at play. The situation in Jerusalem has reached such a dire state that a few years ago, in response to Palestinian interventions on the Temple Mount, the Zionist Organization of America, ZOA, promoted the Temple Mount Preservation Act. This legislative effort was spearheaded by Republican Representative Eric Cantor of Virginia, along with 16 co-sponsors, in an attempt to address the unauthorized excavations and destruction of valuable archaeological sites on the Temple Mount under the leadership of Yasser Arafat. The bill sought to ban all U.S. aid to the Palestinian Authority in retaliation for these actions, which were viewed as an attempt to erase the historical and religious connections of the Jewish and Christian faiths to this sacred site. In introducing the bill, Eric Cantor presented photographic evidence that demonstrated the scale of the destruction of archaeological sites, including relics dating back to the First Temple era, a pivotal period in the history of Jerusalem and the Jewish people. Cantor characterized these excavations as an unprecedented attack on humanity's religious and historical heritage. He asserted that the photographic evidence indicated a deliberate intention on the part of Arafat to erase the Judeo-Christian historical and religious connections to the Temple Mount in an attempt to eradicate the memory and significance of this heritage. The destruction of archaeological sites in Jerusalem is not just a matter of lost artifacts. It is a significant cultural and spiritual crisis. The erasure of material evidence that attests to the historical presence and importance of Jerusalem to religious traditions is a deliberate attempt to rewrite history. This ongoing battle for control and preservation of sacred sites reflects a broader struggle between preserving history and responding to actions that seek to destroy essential parts of religious and cultural heritage. The situation on the Temple Mount, as seen by the international community, reflects a deep crisis of preservation and historical recognition. The United Nations has often avoided directly addressing the issue, but the destruction of Jerusalem's archaeological sites has heightened global concern. The magnitude of the problem has prompted significant responses from various quarters, including the United States. A few years ago, Congress, driven by growing concern over the situation, passed the Temple Mount Preservation Act. This bill, sponsored by Eric Cantor and supported by 16 co-sponsors, sought to protect the holy site by prohibiting aid to the Palestinian Authority in response to Yasser Arafat's actions, which included unauthorized excavations and the destruction of historical artifacts on the Temple Mount. Eric Cantor's efforts were underscored by a series of photographs that vividly illustrated the devastating extent of the excavations, highlighting the destruction of relics dating back to the First Temple period. Cantor described these actions as an unprecedented attack on religious and historical heritage, accusing Arafat and his associates of deliberately attempting to erase the Jewish and Christian connections to the Temple Mount. The images provided by Cantor clearly demonstrated that the excavations were not only damaging the site, but also attempting to eliminate material evidence that attested to the historical presence and importance of this sacred site for religious traditions. The United States' response to this issue highlights a broader tension between the preservation of cultural heritage and the political dynamics surrounding Jerusalem. The struggle for Jerusalem is not just about control over a piece of land. It is about the preservation of a spiritual and historical legacy that has shaped the beliefs and identities of millions of people around the world. The ongoing battle for Jerusalem reflects the enduring significance of this ancient city, which remains at the heart of a profound and deeply spiritual conflict that continues to resonate across the globe. Jerusalem, a city steeped in history and religious significance, stands as a focal point in the ongoing struggle to preserve cultural and spiritual heritage amidst contemporary challenges. The complexities surrounding Jerusalem are not merely political. They are a reflection of deeper, more profound issues that intertwine faith, history, and power. The destruction of its ancient artifacts is not only an assault on the city's historical legacy, but also an effort to rewrite its narrative. A narrative where religions and cultures have coexisted and clashed for millennia. This struggle in Jerusalem is emblematic of broader challenges in protecting and valuing religious heritage in the face of competing political interests. The crisis on the Temple Mount, one of the most contested religious sites in the world, serves as a microcosm of the tensions that pervade the holy city. Here, the battle to preserve history and maintain religious identity is a constant and intense effort, shaping the destiny of Jerusalem in profound ways. This issue transcends political concerns and touches on the deep respect that must be afforded to the cultural and spiritual legacy defining this ancient city. The ongoing struggle between preserving Jerusalem's past and navigating the complexities of contemporary realities mirrors the broader state of global religion today. The city, with its nearly 6,000 years of continuous and intense occupation, is a living testament to the tumultuous interplay between faith and conflict. Yet, this rich history also presents challenges. Systematic archaeological excavation in Jerusalem is a complicated endeavor due to the accumulation of layers of destruction over the centuries. Each new discovery has the potential to reshape our understanding of the city's past, making it difficult to discern the true extent of its history. What should be a place of hope and redemption for many is paradoxically also seen as a center of conflict and spiritual darkness. In this scenario, biblical prophecy introduces the figure of the Antichrist, a leader who, under the influence of Satan, described in Scripture as the God of this world, will attempt to establish his dominion over the earth. The Antichrist, as foretold in the Bible, will be a charismatic and powerful figure, a counterfeit Messiah who seeks to establish a one-world government and a universal religion, with Jerusalem as its religious capital. According to prophecy, the Antichrist will emerge as a leader of great authority, but his intentions will be malevolent. His rise to global power and his efforts to establish a single religion and government will have profound implications for Jerusalem, transforming it into the epicenter of a new world order. a world order immersed in spiritual darkness and deception. This prophetic vision underscores the paradox of Jerusalem, a city that is simultaneously a symbol of hope and a spiritual battleground, reflecting the tensions and expectations that shape the religious condition of the world. The ongoing conflicts in Jerusalem, coupled with the complex archaeological excavations, are a reflection of the broader spiritual struggle and religious tensions that characterize the global landscape. The city's history, marked by repeated cycles of destruction and rebuilding, has resulted in a place where the past is difficult to discern, creating an environment where historical and spiritual truths often blur with contemporary complexities. Jerusalem's significance goes beyond political and archaeological issues. According to Scripture, the city is not only a religious center for Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, but also the stage where events of great magnitude will unfold in the end times. Biblical prophecy suggests that in the last days, Jerusalem will be at the center of a great spiritual battle involving the emergence of the Antichrist and his attempt to establish global dominion through deception. The Antichrist, as described in these prophecies, will present himself as a figure of great power and authority, but his leadership will be characterized by manipulation and evil. Under his rule, a one-world government and a universal religion will be established, with Jerusalem as the epicenter of this new order. However, this government and religion will not reflect spiritual truth. Rather, they will be a perverse imitation of the divine purpose, corrupting religious beliefs and practices under the guise of unity and peace. As the religious capital of this new world order, Jerusalem will become the center of an intense spiritual struggle. The true purpose and identity of faith will be challenged, and the city will highlight the depth of the conflict between light and darkness, truth and deception, that characterizes the prophetic scenario of the end times. This transformation will bring to the forefront the importance of spiritual discernment and vigilance, as believers navigate the deceptions of the Antichrist and the challenges posed by this new era. As the world approaches these prophesied events, Jerusalem will continue to be a symbol of both hope and challenge. The tension between the hopes of redemption and the threats posed by the Antichrist underscores the critical importance of maintaining spiritual vigilance. In a world increasingly dominated by deception and falsehoods, the ability to discern truth from lies will be essential for those who seek to remain faithful to their beliefs. Jerusalem, with its rich history and sacred significance, stands at the epicenter of a spiritual struggle that will shape the future of humanity. The city reflects both the promise of salvation and the dangers of an age of deception. Today, Jerusalem is a global epicenter of spiritual conflict, where three major religious traditions, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, coexist in a small but deeply significant area. These religions, which encompass the majority of the world's population, are in constant competition, each claiming to be the true path to salvation. This incessant competition is often fueled by human arrogance and resentment, further complicating the already fragile balance of peace in the city. The complexities surrounding Jerusalem are a microcosm of the broader challenges facing global religion today. The city's historical and spiritual significance makes it a critical point of convergence for faith, conflict, and power. As the world moves closer to the events foretold in biblical prophecy, the role of Jerusalem will only become more significant, highlighting the ongoing struggle between preserving the past, navigating contemporary realities, and discerning spiritual truth in an age of deception. For the wider community, these divine encounters have had a significant impact, attracting new members moved by the miraculous stories. In California, a family experienced a miraculous healing following a divine encounter. Emily, a mother of two, had been battling a severe illness for years. One night, as her family prayed for her recovery, a bright light filled their home. In the light, they saw Jesus and angels, whose presence brought a sense of calm and hope. Emily describes the event. "The light was so pure and beautiful. Seeing Jesus and the angels gave me strength. I felt a warmth spread through my body, and from that moment, my health began to improve." Emily's recovery was indeed miraculous, baffling her doctors. Her family attributes her healing to the divine intervention they witnessed that night. Inspired by this miracle, they have become vocal advocates for faith and prayer, sharing their story with others and encouraging them to believe in the power of divine intervention. Finally, we visit a school in Ohio where a group of children reported seeing Jesus and angels during their recess. The children were playing when a bright light appeared in the sky, descending into their schoolyard. In the light, they saw Jesus and a host of angels smiling and watching over them. Teachers and parents were initially skeptical, but the consistent and detailed accounts from the children convinced them that something extraordinary had occurred. The children described feelings of immense joy and love, and many of them have shown a newfound interest in spirituality and kindness towards others. One of the children, Lily, shared her thoughts. "It was like seeing a dream come true. Jesus and the angels were so beautiful. It made me feel happy and safe." The event had a lasting impact on the school community, fostering a spirit of kindness, cooperation, and mutual support among the students and staff. The school even introduced a program to encourage spiritual and moral development, inspired by the children's experience. As we delve deeper into the extraordinary reports of Jesus and an army of angels appearing across the United States, it's crucial to analyze these accounts from multiple perspectives. This section will explore the scientific, psychological, and religious interpretations of these phenomena, offering a comprehensive understanding of what might be behind these divine encounters. From a scientific viewpoint, several theories attempt to explain the phenomena of divine apparitions. Neuroscience, for example, suggests that intense spiritual experiences might be linked to specific brain activity. Researchers have identified areas of the brain that are activated during profound religious experiences, such as the temporal lobes, which are associated with sensory perception and emotional responses. One theory posits that individuals who report seeing divine figures may be experiencing temporal lobe epilepsy, a condition that can cause vivid hallucinations and intense feelings of spirituality. Dr. Michael Persinger, a neuroscientist, has conducted experiments using a device called the God helmet, which stimulates the temporal lobes with magnetic fields. Participants wearing the helmet often report experiencing a presence or seeing divine figures, suggesting that these experiences might be generated by the brain rather than external supernatural forces. Additionally, some scientists propose that stress and emotional distress can trigger hallucinations. During times of crisis, the brain may create comforting visions to help individuals cope with their situation. This explanation aligns with many reports of divine apparitions occurring during periods of personal or collective hardship, providing a psychological mechanism for these experiences. Psychologists offer several interpretations of divine apparitions, focusing on the human need for meaning and comfort. Carl Jung, a pioneering psychologist, introduced the concept of the collective unconscious, a part of the unconscious mind shared by all humans. According to Jung, archetypal images and figures, such as Jesus and angels, reside in the collective unconscious and can manifest during times of crisis or spiritual awakening. From this perspective, seeing divine figures could be an expression of deep-seated psychological needs and desires. For instance, the appearance of Jesus and angels might symbolize hope, protection, and divine intervention, providing psychological solace to individuals facing difficult circumstances. Another psychological theory is that of shared delusions or collective hallucinations. When a group of people experiences a highly emotional or stressful event together, they might collectively create and reinforce a shared vision or experience. This phenomenon could explain why multiple witnesses often report seeing the same divine figures during an apparition, as their shared emotional state and cultural background influence their perceptions. Religious interpretations of these apparitions are diverse and deeply rooted in faith traditions. In Christianity, appearances of Jesus and angels are often seen as direct interventions from God. These events are believed to carry significant messages, calling for repentance, faith, renewal, or conveying divine guidance and comfort. The Bible is filled with accounts of angelic visitations and divine encounters, providing a theological framework for understanding modern apparitions. For many believers, these experiences are seen as a continuation of biblical events, affirming their faith and offering reassurance of God's presence in their lives. Furthermore, some religious scholars argue that divine apparitions serve as a response to the spiritual needs of the time. As society faces increasing secularization and existential crises, these apparitions could be viewed as a divine call to return to spiritual values, foster unity, and seek a higher purpose. Interestingly, similar phenomena are reported in other religious traditions as well. In Islam, there are accounts of prophetic visions and angelic encounters, often seen as signs of divine favor or messages from Allah. In Hinduism, divine manifestations are considered the presence of deities in the material world, providing blessings and guidance. A comparative religious analysis reveals that despite differences in religious doctrines, the core elements of divine apparitions, visions of sacred figures, and the accompanying sense of peace and transformation are remarkably consistent across cultures and faiths. For instance, in Islam, visions of prophets or angelic beings are viewed as significant spiritual events, while in Hinduism, divine manifestations are seen as the presence of deities in the material world. The resurgence of reports about Jesus and an army of angels appearing in the United States raises intriguing questions about their modern-day significance. Why are these sightings happening now? What messages might they convey in today's context? One perspective is that these apparitions serve as a call for spiritual renewal in a world facing numerous challenges. From social and political turmoil to environmental crises, these divine encounters might be urging humanity to return to spiritual values, fostering greater compassion, unity, and hope. Another interpretation is that these appearances are a response to the deep-seated spiritual hunger in contemporary society. As traditional religious structures evolve and new spiritual movements emerge, people are seeking direct, personal experiences of the divine. These apparitions, therefore, could be seen as manifestations of this quest for a deeper spiritual connection and meaning. Understanding the historical context of divine apparitions provides valuable insights into the modern reports of Jesus and an army of angels appearing across the United States. By examining the patterns, impacts, and interpretations of these phenomena throughout history, we can better appreciate their significance in today's world. As we continue to explore these extraordinary accounts, we will delve into compelling eyewitness stories, analyze scientific and religious perspectives, and reflect on the cultural impact of these divine encounters. Stay with us as we uncover the profound mysteries and potential messages behind these heavenly apparitions. As we reflect on these stories, several themes emerge. The appearances of Jesus and angels often bring a profound sense of peace and love, leading to personal transformations and renewed faith. These encounters frequently occur during times of crisis or significant change, suggesting a timeless connection between human suffering and the search for divine intervention. The impact on communities is also significant, fostering unity, compassion, and a commitment to spiritual values. Moreover, these modern-day apparitions resonate deeply with contemporary society's spiritual hunger. As traditional religious structures evolve and new spiritual movements emerge, people are increasingly seeking direct, personal experiences of the divine. These apparitions can be seen as responses to this quest, providing tangible evidence of the divine presence and offering hope and guidance in challenging times. While these accounts are deeply moving and inspiring for many, they also invite skepticism and scientific inquiry. Researchers explore various theories to explain these phenomena, from neurological processes to collective psychological states influenced by environmental factors or stress. However, for those who have witnessed these divine encounters, the experiences are undeniably real and life-changing. In conclusion, the phenomenon of divine apparitions, whether historical or modern, continues to captivate and inspire. These events challenge our understanding of the world and our place in it, inviting us to explore the mysteries of faith and the divine. As we consider the testimonies of those who have witnessed these extraordinary occurrences, we are reminded of the enduring human quest for meaning and connection with something greater than ourselves. Whether viewed through the lens of faith or science, these encounters challenge us to rethink our understanding of reality and inspire us to live with greater awareness, compassion, and purpose. Experiences of overwhelming peace and love, followed by spiritual transformation, are remarkably consistent among those who report divine apparitions. This suggests a universal human experience of the divine that transcends individual religious boundaries, cultural influence, and media representation. The cultural context in which these apparitions occur plays a significant role in shaping how they are perceived and interpreted. In the United States, a predominantly Christian nation, reports of seeing Jesus and angels resonate deeply with the cultural and religious background of many individuals. Media representation further amplifies the impact of these apparitions. News reports, documentaries, and social media posts about divine encounters can spread rapidly, influencing public perception and potentially leading to more reported sightings. The media often portrays these events with a sense of wonder and mystery, reinforcing their significance and encouraging others to share their experiences. While many embrace these apparitions as genuine divine encounters, skeptics offer alternative explanations. They argue that these experiences can be attributed to psychological phenomena, optical illusions, or even deliberate hoaxes. Human perception is highly fallible and can be influenced by suggestion, expectation, and environmental factors. For instance, pareidolia, the tendency to see familiar patterns in random stimuli, could explain why people see figures resembling Jesus or angels in clouds, reflections, or shadows. Additionally, the power of suggestion can lead individuals to interpret ambiguous sensory information as a divine apparition, especially when primed by religious beliefs or media reports. One of the most compelling aspects of these apparitions is the reported miracles and healings associated with them. Many witnesses claim that their health improved or they experienced miraculous recoveries following a divine encounter. These accounts often defy medical explanation, adding to the mystique and significance of the apparitions. From a religious perspective, these healings are seen as signs of divine intervention, reinforcing the faith of believers. For skeptics, however, these healings might be explained by the placebo effect or spontaneous remission, natural phenomena that occur independently of any supernatural influence. Beyond individual experiences, These apparitions often have a profound impact on communities. Witnesses report increased church attendance, renewed interest in spiritual practices, and a stronger sense of community cohesion following a divine encounter. These events can inspire charitable activities, social justice initiatives, and other forms of collective action aimed at improving the community. Personal transformation is another common theme in these accounts. Individuals who experience a divine apparition often describe a shift in their priorities and values, moving away from materialistic pursuits toward a more spiritually oriented life. These transformations can lead to significant lifestyle changes, such as dedicating oneself to religious service, philanthropy, or other altruistic endeavors. Given the complexity of these phenomena, an interdisciplinary approach is essential for a comprehensive understanding. Combining insights from neuroscience, psychology, theology, and cultural studies allows for a more nuanced analysis of divine apparitions. For instance, neurotheology, a field that explores the relationship between spirituality and the brain, offers valuable insights into how religious experiences are processed and perceived. Similarly, cultural anthropology examines how different societies interpret and respond to divine encounters, highlighting the interplay between individual experiences and broader cultural narratives. Analyzing divine apparitions also raises important ethical considerations. Respecting the beliefs and experiences of witnesses is crucial, as these events are often deeply personal and meaningful. Skeptical or scientific analyses should be conducted with sensitivity, avoiding dismissive or derogatory attitudes that might undermine the witness's faith and dignity. Furthermore, the potential for exploitation must be acknowledged. In some cases, individuals or organizations might use reports of divine apparitions for personal gain, manipulating public sentiment, or seeking financial profit. Ensuring that these phenomena are approached with integrity and respect is essential for maintaining their spiritual and cultural significance. The analysis of divine apparitions, such as the reported appearances of Jesus and an army of angels in the United States, reveals a rich tapestry of interpretations and perspectives. From scientific and psychological theories to religious and cultural analyses, these experiences offer profound insights into the human quest for meaning, comfort, and connection with the divine. As we continue to explore these extraordinary accounts, we must remain open to the diverse explanations and implications they present. Whether viewed as genuine divine interventions, psychological phenomena, or cultural expressions, these apparitions undeniably touch the lives of those who experience them, leaving a lasting impact on their faith, communities, and personal journeys. Divine apparitions of Jesus and an army of angels in the United States have left an indelible mark on culture and society. These sightings resonate deeply, influencing various aspects of life from media representation to community engagement. Media coverage plays a significant role in shaping public perception of divine apparitions. News outlets, documentaries, and social media platforms amplify these stories, reaching a wide audience and sparking widespread interest and debate. Reports of divine encounters often capture headlines with dramatic descriptions and emotional testimonies, drawing viewers in. Television programs and films have also explored these phenomena, blending fact and fiction to create compelling narratives. Shows like Unsolved Mysteries and Ancient Aliens have featured episodes on divine apparitions, presenting eyewitness accounts alongside expert analyses. These portrayals contribute to the public's fascination with supernatural events and reinforce the cultural significance of such experiences. Social media platforms provide a space for individuals to share their stories and connect with others who have had similar experiences. Hashtags related to divine apparitions trend periodically, bringing together believers, skeptics, and curious onlookers. Online communities dedicated to discussing these phenomena foster a sense of solidarity and shared belief, further embedding these experiences into the cultural fabric. The impact of divine apparitions extends to the realm of art, inspiring artists to create works that capture the essence of these encounters. Divine apparitions offer a profound glimpse into the human experience of the divine, transcending religious and cultural boundaries. They inspire personal and communal transformation, fostering a deeper connection with spirituality and a greater commitment to altruism and compassion. As we continue to explore these extraordinary phenomena, it is essential to approach them with an open mind and a respectful attitude, acknowledging their significance and the diverse interpretations they inspire. Paintings, sculptures, music, and literature have all been influenced by reports of divine sightings, reflecting the profound emotional and spiritual impact of these events. Visual artists often depict scenes of apparitions with a focus on light and ethereal figures, using their medium to convey the otherworldly nature of these experiences. For instance, paintings might show a radiant Jesus surrounded by glowing angels, evoking a sense of awe and reverence. These artworks serve as both personal expressions of faith and public statements of the divine's presence in the world. Music, too, has been inspired by divine apparitions. Composers and musicians create pieces that capture the emotional intensity of these experiences, using melody and harmony to evoke feelings of wonder and spiritual transcendence. Hymns and contemporary Christian music often incorporate themes of divine encounters, reinforcing the cultural impact of these events through song. Literature provides another avenue for exploring divine apparitions. Authors write novels, memoirs, and essays that delve into personal and fictionalized accounts of these phenomena. These works not only entertain, but also provoke thought and discussion about the nature of faith, the divine, and human experience. Beyond individual and artistic expressions, divine apparitions have a tangible impact on communities and social behaviors. Reports of these sightings often lead to increased religious activity, with people flocking to churches, prayer meetings, and spiritual gatherings in search of meaning and connection. In communities where divine apparitions have been reported, there is often a surge in collective religious fervor. Churches may experience a rise in attendance, with more people participating in services, prayer groups, and community outreach programs. This renewed interest in faith can strengthen communal bonds and foster a sense of unity and purpose. Additionally, divine apparitions inspire acts of charity and social justice. Witnesses and believers, moved by their experiences, often feel compelled to give back to their communities and help those in need. This can manifest in various forms, such as volunteering, donating to charitable causes, and advocating for social change. These actions not only benefit the community, but also reinforce the positive cultural impact of divine encounters. The influence of divine apparitions extends into popular culture, shaping how these phenomena are represented in movies, television shows, books, and other media. Popular culture often reflects societal beliefs and values, and the portrayal of divine encounters is no exception. Movies and TV shows frequently depict divine apparitions as pivotal plot points, using them to explore themes of faith, redemption, and the supernatural. Characters experiencing these apparitions often undergo significant personal transformations, mirroring the real-life impact of such encounters. These portrayals can spark interest and curiosity among viewers, prompting further exploration of the topic. Books and graphic novels also delve into the theme of divine apparitions, weaving intricate stories that combine fiction with elements of real reports. These works can reach a broad audience, making the concept of divine encounters more accessible and relatable. By blending entertainment with spiritual exploration, popular culture helps keep the topic of divine apparitions alive in public consciousness. Divine apparitions have also garnered interest from scholars and educators, leading to academic studies and educational initiatives aimed at understanding these phenomena. Researchers in fields such as theology, psychology, anthropology, and sociology examine the reports and impacts of divine sightings, contributing to a deeper understanding of their significance. Universities and seminaries may offer courses and seminars that explore the history, theology, and cultural implications of divine apparitions. These educational programs provide students with a comprehensive view of the phenomena, encouraging critical thinking and open-minded exploration of spiritual experiences. Scholarly publications and journals often feature articles on divine apparitions, presenting research findings, theoretical analyses, and case studies. These contributions help legitimize the study of divine encounters, positioning them as a worthy subject of academic inquiry and public discourse. In some cases, sites associated with divine apparitions become destinations for religious tourism and pilgrimage. People travel from near and far to visit places where divine encounters have been reported, seeking spiritual experiences and personal transformation. These pilgrimage sites often feature chapels, shrines, and visitor centers, providing spaces for prayer, reflection, and learning. The influx of visitors can have a positive economic impact on the local community, supporting businesses and creating jobs. However, it also presents challenges, such as managing large crowds and preserving the sanctity of the site. Pilgrimages to these sites can be deeply meaningful for participants, offering opportunities for spiritual renewal, community bonding, and personal reflection. The cultural impact of these journeys is significant, reinforcing the importance of divine apparitions in the collective consciousness of believers. The cultural impact of divine apparitions, such as the reported appearances of Jesus and an army of angels in the United States, is vast and multifaceted. These encounters resonate deeply with individuals and communities, inspiring artistic expressions, shaping public perception, and influencing social behaviors. As we continue to explore these extraordinary phenomena, we gain a richer understanding of their role in shaping our cultural and spiritual landscapes. Now we will turn to the personal reflections of individuals who have experienced or been touched by reports of Jesus and an army of angels appearing in the United States. These experiences have deepened faith, ignited acts of kindness, shifted life priorities, brought peace and mindfulness, strengthened religious communities, sparked miraculous healings, and fostered a sense of love and empathy in young people. The reflections highlight the profound and lasting impact of these divine encounters on personal faith, spirituality, and life choices, such as Sarah's reflection from Texas. She is one of the witnesses from the small town in Texas who shares how the divine encounter transformed her life. Before that evening, my faith was more of a routine than a living, breathing part of my life.